Alright, what's up everyone to another video, Full Speed Impulse, and today we're back again with the Klx110l. Just got done doing the 155 stroker crank in this thing. Now it's time to upgrade our foot pegs on this thing, so let's just get right. Here's the goodies right here we got, guys. We got the upgraded cradle for this thing. Heavy duty. It's gonna protect your bottom end of your motor, the cases. So what you do originally on your motor is you just have these 4 holes here. It's what connects to this foot peg bar. This is really meant more for people that are probably jumping these bikes. I've been a heavier guy, being 220 plus on these bikes, and I've had friends that are even heavier, and we've never had an issue with this. But we don't do heavy jumping. We do a lot of wood stuff. But regardless of what you're doing, catch this stuff on sale, guys, and it's not a bad price to spend for some insurance, because if you rip these bolts out the bottom case of your motor, you are not only splitting the cases of your motor, but you are replacing everything. You have to put new case. I guess you might be able to get lucky and maybe re-tap the thread holes, maybe change something like that, but now you're modifying, you're doing different stuff. That's just not gonna be a whole lot of fun. Why not get some nice blingy upgrades here? That's gonna be better. And the nice thing about this here is that this bar here, actually it's gonna give you more leg room. So if you're an adult rider on your Klx110l, this is gonna be the way to go. But if you do get this here, I guess they go with a YZ style foot peg now. So you won't be able to use your stock ones or even your aftermarket ones that are on your stock peg bar. You will have to upgrade. We went with the cheaper option here. I'm not gonna lie, because some of those foot pegs get pretty spicy. For a pit bike, this is what we're doing right now. So if we end up painting these or something like that, but they're all the same style, it's just whether you want ones that are a little bit more blingy, blah, blah, blah. So as far as durability goes, we'll see how good these are, but this is what we went with. I think these were like 50, 60 bucks. Nice wide column, still got good teeth on them. I mean, that's gonna do me for pit biking for sure. But enough talking, guys. Let's get at building this bike. All right, so like I said, we've already been working on this bike, and we replaced the crank in this with the bigger stroker crank, so that we have a 155 cc displacement now, still with the stock head though. So we already removed our foot pegs and all that, there's these 4 holes right here, and it slides right out. Look at the little smudge putt there. We do have our brake assembly off too. I'm not sure if you have the stock brake lever, it is definitely probably going to be necessary to remove that, just because you're going to be dropping down, and the original brake lever goes under. This one does go over, so well, it just goes, yeah, it does go over. It goes over, so you might not have to remove it, but either way, it's already out of the way. We weren't going to install that back. We weren't going to hook that back up until we got our pegs done. All right, guys, you already know the deal here. We got some bolts, some nice ones too, actually. So, peg bar, see the writing here. This is going to go upward. You got this notch. That's going to face forwards, guys. And then, like I said, kind of a little bit of an angle here. You have to get this set up. We got our new bolts here too. Make sure you put your locking washers on. Kind of get this stuff ready, because you kind of have to do a balancing act. So that's going to go in there like that. And then this is going to go just like that. All right, one bolt. The second bolt in through our skid plate is a little bit more difficult. We're going to get this other one started over here. You're just going through a cradle, you're going through a skid plate, and then you're going through a peg bar. So it's kind of fighting a little bit. Realistically, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take these off right here. Not maybe necessary, but it will allow this to line up better. We're going to take that out. There we go. Now we have full function of everything going on back here. Now we can just push that back, line that up, make sure we're squared up, and this letter E. But once you get things started, come back here and get these make sure you guys can see, get these bolt holes. I'll show you. So I'll show you guys, you got these bolt holes here that we took out. So once you get this mocked up underneath here, show you guys, there's your bolts there underneath. So there's your skid plate, so that goes in between. You can see how that meshes up real nice. And you can also see how I'm talking about, you gotta get this, the skid plate, and that before you get the bolt into there. So that's why it was just kind of nice. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we might be fighting these small bolts to go back in, but at least this way, it's only one thing I'm fighting on aligning instead of three things. And then I assume we will find out here, but this tightened up, and then we'll be able to put our back bolts in. Because right now, it probably doesn't line up very well to your holes. Oh, with ease. Definitely helping out. Now, we can tighten these on the bottom. I'm gonna check that by hand, and then we're gonna continue onward. Tell you, that little impact driver. That's pretty darn good. So, we might actually end up having to wait for these back bolts here. So right here, you can see, it's on the very bottom is where your bolts are. But I'm hitting the frame. Now I am on a BBR frame. Maybe on the stock frame it's not an issue. But I'm pretty sure if my boy was to come and sit on this bike for me, I'll be able to get these bolts right in there. Because I'm threading it in as we speak, but it's so darn close. I'm just barely, the bolt head's just kissing the swing arm. So if he sits on that, it should push this upward and we'll be good. Well, let's get you guys super zoomed in on this foot peg and see if I can show you guys how to put one of these on. You want this part here to be down because that's your stopper, because when you hit something, you want your peg to go back like that. If it was the opposite way, then it wouldn't work. So like this, that's good. So we got the right side. We have the right side. We are on the left side of the bike right now. Let's not get technical, guys. Got our hardware kit, springs, some pins, washers. How many washers we get? Is that the gist of it right there? Let's see. I'm going to put a thick washer back in there. That's on there like that. Even though it doesn't like make really good contact, I guess it kind of is. It'd be nice if that was bent more in, but it's probably a universal set. And then this curves around, catching that, and that's how that's gonna work. Trick, like I was saying, is that you gotta get this spring compressed to drop your pin in. Woo! Just like that. I think it's gonna differ, guys, because like this was a Faster Minis hardware package, and I like the thicker washer on the inside and the outside personally. So I'm just gonna get 2 more washers that resemble this one. These thin washers can go somewhere. Putting those in there would have left a little slop as far as right here on my peg. Right now it's super tight and it looks really good. So I'm gonna find another one of these, 2 more of these, and that's what we're gonna go with. It should, yep, goes on there just fine. A little bit bigger, but it'll be all right. All right, let's do the other side real quick, guys, and then we're gonna be done. I know it's a little bit hard, guys. As I'm videoing here, I'm not quite sure on how my angle is when I'm showing you guys on how this is getting installed. Just because when I'm muscling these things on, it's kind of a, there we go. So that's how it's gonna go on. You can see how it hooks on there. So just slide that on just like that. And we don't even worry about the washer yet. We're just, did we worry about the washer? I think maybe the washer was in there. All right, because right now, what you guys aren't seeing is that the hole is not aligned. Because you have to pretty much get the spring positioned and kind of like push the peg in. Oh, I got it. These aren't even the nice foot pegs. Imagine gripping one of those ones with all the big teeth on it. There we go. Whew. So we got our pin in just like that, and then I just hold it, pliers here. Now one side's kind of short, so I just been bending one side over. There we go. Nice bend. That thing ain't going nowhere, guys. Looks good. Nice. Real solid, firm, good to go. All right, guys, there's the foot pegs all installed with that cradle, keeping your stuff all protected, looking good. All right, guys, we got our boys sitting on the bike here, and it looks like, ooh, it might be just enough. Yeah. So if he bounces, he's gonna pinch my finger. Man. All right, guys, so what we had to do is actually went back here and we had to loosen this cradle up. That way it gives us a better position here. So now we're gonna be able to thread these in way easier. All right, guys, so we did tighten these back up once we got these bolts in, and it's just easy as you think. 19 mil wrench will get the job done here. And we're just gonna tighten these up. And you got locking washers on there, so you don't need to go crazy. Just put a nice Guten tight and we'll be good. So that wraps it up, guys, for your cradle, your foot peg bar, and your foot pegs for your Klx110l, getting it right for an adult rider. So I appreciate you guys watching. You guys know the deal. Until next time, we'll see you later.